Hey Sam, so here's the five string that I'm building so far. I just wanted to send you this quick video to show you what she looks like. And I still have to do final carving on the neck and then color it. It won't be this stark white. Won't be varnished, but it'll have some aging color on it. And so it's a one-piece back. I'll show you a close-up of my carvings I like to do on the corners. Just kind of dresses it up a little bit, I guess. It's like a flower design. And then the ribs and the ribs in the back and the neck match with the flame. And it's a one-piece lower bout, and one-piece back, two-piece top. And this is my number 239 fiddle. It's got an ebony fingerboard, ebony fine tuners. You might notice that the peg box is a little longer than a standard four-string fiddle, even though the scale length is exactly the same as a four-string fiddle, and the dimensions of the box are pretty much the same as a four-string full-size. But I make the length of the peg box from the nut to the scroll a little longer to accommodate that fifth string tuner, because with you might have seen some fiddles that were conversion fiddles where they converted it to a five string from a four string. The fifth peg is stuck sometimes way up in the throat of the under the scroll, and so it's real tight space. Sometimes too tight to wind the fifth string. I like to put the fifth string up here, by the way. Wind the fifth string around the peg and gets caught in the mortise. Or at another problem is it weakens the wall of the peg box, and sometimes they have to carve out the throat of the peg box to accommodate the string, and then that creates a mess because sometimes it's dangerously close to the back of the scroll, where it sometimes breaks through. But anyway, it's just also it's not comfortable to play, so that's why I make it. Oh, it's an eighth of an inch, probably an eighth of an inch, maybe a little bit more longer than a four string. And also you can keep the spacing of the pegs apart enough where when you tune it, one peg doesn't interfere with your hand, with your fingers, and there's some space between each one. That's the only difference, really, with as far as the exterior dimensions of when I make a five string compared to a four string. And yeah, anyway, let me tell you, the width of the fingerboard at the nut is a real critical thing with five strings. Sometimes they're too wide, like a viola, and it makes it uncomfortable to reach across to the fifth string. And then sometimes if they, again, with a conversion fiddle, or if someone's making five string with four string dimensions, it's too narrow. It could be down to like 21 millimeters wide, and so the string spacing is squeezed, and then so it's hard to intonate in the first position. I mean, hard to place your fingers on the right notes, the right positions. I mean, to get the right notes. And so I make my width of my nut 25 millimeters, and that gives me the opportunity to, I guess you can't see it, it's blurry, but it gives me the opportunity to cut my nut slots, there it is, 5 millimeters apart from each other, center to center, and that's standard for what a four-string violin would be. So if anyone used to playing a four string, they would be quickly accommodate to playing the 5-string, without having the E string hang over the edge or feel like it's hanging over the edge of the fingerboard when it's being played, or the C string. So yeah, so I like to, when I finish my fiddles, I like to make, well, this one anyway, I like to give it a little antiquing. I shade my coloring, a lot like what a mandolin would look like, F-style good mandolin, where around the corner blocks it's shaded a little darker. And I think it just makes it look nice, gives it some character. Same thing with the plates, the top and the back plates. I make it a golden ground with kind of a chestnut brown varnish, and so it gives it some highlights instead of just a plain one orange color that looks like it's painted on. So you can still see the texture of the wood and the flame through the transparent colored varnish. Let's see what else I can tell you about it. I wish I could show you how she sounds, but she's not strung up yet, so that remains to be seen. I'm happy with how she turned out. I think I just have a feeling she's going to be a good sounding fiddle. That, you know, some of them sound like out of this world, and some of them sound just pretty good. And so, who knows? You'll tell me what you think of it if you decide to try it when you get it. So this is how she looks. Again, this neck will not look like this. After I do the final carving, it'll be blended in. The color will be blended in. So anyway, just wanted to give you kind of an update on that the fiddle really does exist. And I like to put this little bat wing here too, just a little trademark, just for effect. I think it looks kind of cool and blends in with the shape of the fiddle. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know this fiddle is real, and it still thinks it's a tree. But once I string her up, she'll know she's a violin, and can't wait to hear how she sounds. So anyway, that's it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, enjoyed looking at her, and hopefully we'll be in touch. Okay, Sam, bye.